change accordingly. Now, when it comes to AR verbs, because even though we're not going to work with them directly in this chapter, we are going to keep adding more and more and more. Okay? Remember, with AR verbs, okay, hablar is the most common example that we use. What does hablar mean? To speak or to talk. Let's see, let's look for a different color. You drop, ow, that hurt. You drop the AR, okay, and then depending on the subject, you add one of these endings. Okay? So if you want to say I talk or I speak, you drop the AR, and because yo, all right, which means I, is in the top left corner, then the top left corner is your ending. Yo hablo, I speak. If I'm talking about all of you, I would say they speak, all right? So ellos, it is in the bottom right. So it's the bottom right. Ellos hablan, all right? Now, the good news is that now we're introducing, or maybe it's bad news, we're introducing ER verbs and IR verbs, okay? The verb comer, and it's the one that's used as an example right there in your book. The verb comer means to eat. The verb vivir means to live, okay? The good news is that the grammar concept is the same. You are going to drop the ER, and you are going to drop the IR, right? And then you will add a particular ending to that, okay? The bad news is that the endings are completely different. So, if you had a difficult time with the endings for AR verbs, lo siento, I'm sorry. We're throwing up some more endings, okay? Now, the only silver lining in this, and I have some, and it's okay if you don't, some students can look at something and notice the patterns and the repeat in patterns, and if you can do that, great. It'll be a little bit easier for you. If you can't, then it's just going to require a bit more memorization, okay? If you look at all of the yo forms, I'll point them out to you. What do all the yo forms end in? O, okay? So yo hablo, yo como, yo vivo. I talk, I eat, I live. Okay? You drop the AR, the ER, the IR, and you just add an O. Okay? Now, if you're talking about yourself, yo, and your verb doesn't end in O, you did something wrong. Okay? So it has to end in O. Okay? I saw a couple of you looking and pointing. AR verbs, you drop the AR, A-S, A-M-O-S, A-I-S, A-N. Okay? ER verbs, you drop the ER, E-S, E, E-M-O-S, E-I-S, E-N. So all of the endings are pretty similar, except that they have the vowel of the original ending, okay? Unfortunately, IR kind of ruins that. IR doesn't follow that pattern, but at the very least, number one, it's mostly identical to ER verbs. The only time it actually does follow the pattern is for nosotros, I-M-O-S, and vosotros, I-S, okay? So, like I said, if you're someone who can work like that, those are the patterns. And when we move on to other verbs, there will be other patterns, all right? So there is an actual pattern there, okay? But, and if you notice, like the explanation here isn't like nearly as long as it was in the previous chapter, because it's assumed that you remember the concept. Drop the end and add one of these. Drop the end, add one of these. Drop the end, add one of these, and it's all based on what this is, okay? I was gonna say, they don't even bother explaining it. They just like show you two and be like, yeah, here you go. All right, so if you need a little bit of extra help, you got me, or remember, we do have tutors in the Learning Commons 3 that actually tutor Spanish, all right? But on that happy note then, it gives you then some examples, all right? At the bottom, these are the ER and IR verbs that you are responsible for knowing, okay? So knowing the meaning, and of course, you know, being able to do that with them, all right? So abrir means to open, so yo abro el libro, okay? Aprender, to learn, what I hope you're doing. Aprender español, maybe, okay? Asistir, this one is here to trick you, does not mean to assist. Asistir means to attend. Okay, now,